There is a place on Earth where the laws of biology, how do you know them, are violated. A place where sunlight doesn't come in 4 billion years ago. If you threw Mount Everest into this hole, the top of the mountain would still be covered by 2 kilometers of dark water. More human beings walked on the moon than who visited this point, and most of those who came down described something that shouldn't have been there. Hello, welcome to the Mariana's Trench. Down here, the pressure is 1,100 atmospheres. This is equivalent to an African elephant balanced on the tip of your thumb, or 100 commercial planes piled on your chest. Physician says complex life should be impossible. The human body would be crushed instantly. Bones would turn to dust in the air. Today, for decades, science told us that the bottom of the sea was a desert, a dead void. We're wrong. Recently, the Fendouzhe submersible went down to the bottom and brought samples who are rewriting biology. Today, they didn't just find mud, they found gigantic viruses and stones that generate electricity in the dark. Today, at the Abyssal Dossier, we are going down, and I guarantee what lives in the death zone does not want to be found. Before we descend into total darkness, a notice. This channel investigates what the media ignores. If you have the courage to see what is involved in the Planet Archives, verify your subscription now, guarantee your access to the dossier. Now let's go down. To understand the horror, it is not enough to look to the background. We need to survive the descent. The journey to the Marianas, it's a journey through layers of nightmare. First, we cross the twilight zone. Here evolution has taken a strange path. Look at this, the macropine. His head is a transparent dome, like a fighter's cabin. Your eyes don't look forward. They look up, through the skull itself, watching silhouettes against the little light left over from the surface. Down more, we enter the midnight zone. The sunlight is over. The only light here is alive, and it is here that we find the true giants. Forget the blue whale. The longest animal in the world lives here. The siphonophores, they are not a single animal, but a colony of millions of clones that act as one body. Some are longer than a 15-story building, a floating death net waiting for something to touch it. But nothing prepares you for Magnapinna, the long-armed squid. Watch the elbows. She did nothing like a normal squid. She took 8-meter-long tentacles at the bottom, like invisible fingers groping in the dark. Oil rig cameras captured this. Thousands of meters. She just watches. It leads us to a mystery, the abyssal gigantism. Why do things down here get so big? Dish-sized sea rocks. Isopods that on the surface are insects. Here is the size of dogs. The theory is Kleber's law. Extreme cold slows down metabolism. They live in slow motion. They live for centuries. They grow non-stop. But when we pass 8,000 meters in the radar zone, the monsters disappear. The pressure is so violent that not even the giants can handle it. Only he remains. The snailfish, he looks gelatinous, almost melting. He has no scales. Your bones are not calcified. He opened, end of having a solid skeleton not to be crushed. He is a biological ghost. He is the king of this depth. But he is not alone. What we're going to show you now was hidden in the mud just below it. And it's a lot worse than any giant monster. For decades, we thought the bottom of the Marianas was a desert. Stereo, the pressure would crush any complex cell. We were wrong. Today, recently, the Fendouzhe Chinese submersible brought sediment samples from the deepest point on Earth. And when the microscopes turned on, they found an alien zoo. Hidden in the mud, there were giant viruses, the Mimivirus. For you to have an idea of the absurd in biology, viruses are tiny, much smaller than bacteria, but these are monsters. Some are physically larger than whole bacteria. They are so big, you can see them with a common school microscope. And they don't act like common viruses. They carry a complex genetic arsenal. When they infect a cell, They don't just replicate, they build what we call the viral factory. He took the host's body and turned it into a military base, producing mass clones until the explosion. But what scares scientists is not the size. It's the code. The genetic analysis showed that a large part of the DNA of these viruses is considered biological dark matter. Our orphan genes do not exist in any other living being on the planet. We don't know what they do. We don't know where they came from. They are equal aliens that live in our house. And here is the real danger. Until last year, the theory was deep sea virus infect things from the bottom of the sea. We are safe on the surface. A study from 2025 broke this security. Scientists caught viruses, ancient deep sediments, and put them in contact with mammalian cells. They revived, and they caused severe damage. Now imagine the mining industry turning over millions of tons of this mud, creating clouds of dust laden with these giants, dormant. Clouds that rise and enter the food chain. Today, we are about to steal biological Pandora's box. What if I told you that the bottom of the sea is alive? And I'm not talking about animals. Here we reach the greatest mystery discovered in 2024 and recently confirmed: the dark oxygen. Until now, we believed that all oxygen on Earth came from sun and simple plants. We were wrong. Sensors placed in the depths detected that oxygen levels increased in total darkness. The stones at the bottom of the sea, these metal-rich nodules, function literally as geological batteries. They generate a natural electric current, strong enough to break water foam. They breathe electricity. The bottom of the sea, it's a giant battery that keeps life down there, breathing. But guess, these stones are made of cobalt, nickel and lithium, the same things we need to make the battery. From your cell phone and electric cars, corporations are already mapping these areas for total extraction. But the discovery of the dark universe changes everything. If we rip those batteries off the bottom of the sea, we turn off the Abyss life support system. It's not just mining, it's choking on a planetary scale. We are about to kill a world we've just discovered that breathes. Alone, we've spent the last century looking at Mars, looking for alien life. But the Mariana Trench and the abyssal areas are proof that we live on top of a planet. Strange? Scientists call it the shadow biosphere. A second tree of life hidden in the depths. Giant viruses, animals that don't need the sun, stones that breathe electricity. They are down there now. I do not understand. Over a pressure that would crush our bones in milliseconds. We are afraid of what comes from heaven. But maybe the true owners of the planet be in the basement, waiting for us to open the wrong door. The darkness of the ocean is frightening, but there are places on dry land that are prohibited by law, places that kill those who try to enter. If you have the guts, click on the left video now and find out where you should never step. The investigation is still there.